So this morning, finally, the New Orleans Saints, they have dropped 7 straight. Ridiculous. Remember when they were the best team in football after the first 2 weeks of the season?
I
They
do.
went on to drop 7 straight, and they woke up this morning and fired Dennis Allen. Quite literally, this needed to happen. It was like we had this conversation a little bit like about the Patriots. After Drew Brees and Sean Payton left the New Orleans Saints, they like refused to acknowledge the fact that they needed to rebuild. And it was getting to the point where their roster moves made no sense. They're spending a ton of money on talent. All their players are extremely old, and they were like 500 at best. So it was time to make a move. I think some other changes are probably going to happen within the organization. Um, Obviously, this past weekend, Michael Thomas had some big words to say about Derek Carr, Dennis Allen, the whole nine. And I don't know. I guess I feel like it's just a super fair criticism that Michael Thomas put out there. And Chris Olave has literally been getting killed all season. He's been getting thrown hospital balls. He threw a hospital ball to Chris Olave. He gets hurt. He throws a hospital ball to Jawan Johnson. He gets hurt all on Sunday, not to mention the ones before that. Anything that you want to add about the firing Dennis Allen and then like Michael Thomas absolutely like firing off?
I mean, I think that Dennis Allen probably was the Saints coach, excuse me, for even longer than he should have been.
100%.
This is the second time that he's been fired with Derek Carr as a starting quarterback. Literally a match made in hell for whatever fan base has those two guys running the ship. I'm looking here at like his past records, and from 2012 to 2014 with the Oakland Raiders, he was 8-28. And then from 2022 to 2024 with the Saints, he was 18-25. So a combined 26-53 with Derek Carr as a starting quarterback.
That's crazy.
I know Derek Carr did miss some games in there, probably both times. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that that's got to be one of the worst head coach quarterback combinations we've had in the NFL for a while, at least. I think all the criticism that Michael Thomas and Chris Olave's brother too even was out there on Twitter rattling off some tweets. I think it's well deserved. I think that Derek Carr is an extremely overpaid, unreliable quarterback, and Dennis Allen is a horrible head coach.
For sure.
There's no other way around it. I know that even after the post game, Derek Carr had to address those tweets. I mean, I feel bad for him in that instance because I mean,
he's not like a bad guy.
I was just gonna say he seems like a nice guy outside of football, but Michael Thomas just absolutely can't stand him, and it's kind of funny. But I feel really bad for Olave. There's got to be a point where gets out of there. The Saints do need to go full-fledged rebuild. You had a historically good Saints player. What was it? The D tackle. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now.
Cam Jordan?
Tweet out, yeah, we just lost to the Panthers. And then JC Horn tweeted back and was like, bro, we have the same record.
Yeah.
It's just a mess over there. They haven't embraced a rebuild, like you said, and it's probably time. I don't know how well that's going to go because their cap situation, quarterback situation is horrible. Derek Carr is drastically overpaid, and I think I saw somewhere today that Taysom Hill has an $18 million cap hit next season.
Yeah,
so
I saw that.
That's good. They're in a great spot.
What a bad way to spend money on like Taysom Hill. He's been there forever. I still am confused why he's there. I'm still confused why he's getting paid as much money as he is. So
there's nobody that plays 6 plays in the NFL that deserves $18 million. I don't think.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, ultimately, I think that they've made at least one step in the right direction. So I just wanted to bring that up. Like, thought it was interesting. The Saints literally came out and everybody was like, Kubiak's going to be like the next great NFL head coach. Like, does he have any brothers on staff that like other teams can hire? Like, this team's crazy. Do you see the pre-snap motion? Like, and they went out. Their offense looks worse every single week. And they just aren't a good football team. I mean, they dropped 7 straight. So it's just funny that everybody was like all hyped up about it.
I think there might be something there with him as an OC, but this Saints team from just a personnel standpoint is just not good. I mean, we
At
saw
all.
Alvin Kamara go off, like good for him, but I mean, he would be he would be way more valuable in another situation. Same with Chris Olave. I mean, I don't think Jawan Johnson's like a phenomenal tight end by any means, but I think he could be like a nice complementary tight end somewhere. It's just Rashid Shaheed is another guy too that would be a good complementary 3, somebody that you have to mix in your wide receiving core at another team. Like they have some players here and there, but just from an overall team makeup, it's not good. I did want to ask you this. Is there any least attractive job in the NFL right now than the New Orleans Saints?
Probably the Panthers. I mean, like at least like in New Orleans, like it's a cool city. They have a good fan base. Like they've won in the last like 10, 15 years. Like the Panthers just are a complete like absolute dumpster fire.
I think I would be more excited about being the head coach of the Carolina Panthers for the next 5 years than I would be of the New Orleans Saints.
But like, would you rather coach in a stadium that they can't even sell $15 tickets, or would you rather go and coach at Caesars where like they pack out the stadium every single home game, like no matter what? Their team
If
could
I
be
had to
worst
roll
team in the
Derek
league.
Carr out there, probably I would still I think pick the Panthers.
I think that there is going
even
to
the
be,
Browns too are in a horrible situation. Like I think the Browns situation is better than the Saints.
I don't think so. I think that's crazy,
dude.
I do. I mean, you
I'm
still
trying
have
to.
a lot.
I'm
Like you
taking
still have
away
Olave.
anything outside of the football situation.
You still have Olave. You still have Rashid Shaheed. You still have Alvin Kamara. Like those are good
But
players.
you can't do anything. Your quarterback is Derek Carr.
I think that will be addressed. I do. I think that's no. I just think that I don't think Derek Carr is going to be their future. The reason why he was there is because of Dennis Allen and the current GM, and I think some changes are going to be made. It's clearly not working.
If I'm Dennis Allen, like, was the decision to bring Derek Carr to the Saints, was that a Dennis Allen request?
I don't know.
Or
probably
was it a
because they've played together before.
Right, but I just rattled off their record from when they played together in Oakland, and they were 8-28. I don't know what type of man would want that guy at the helm of your team if your record
thought he was back.
The last time you played together was 8-28.
He thought he was back, but
that's insane.
I think that there are way worse situations in the NFL than the Saints. I don't think the Saints are great. I just think it's as easy for the Saints as, hey, it's time to move on from Cam Jordan. He's 36. Hey, it's time to move on from Tyrann Mathieu. He's old. Hey, Marshawn Lattimore should have been off this roster 2 years ago. Like, he gets hurt every single season. Get rid of Derek Carr. Like, I feel like their issues right now, like, aren't anything crazy other than just like, we need to rebuild this roster and like fix our cap situation and then move on. Like, let's get over this.
I agree that on paper it's let's just get rid of this quarterback, and some of these older players, but I don't know. I just don't think I don't think it's that easy. I think
it is.
I think this rebuild for them could be an extensive rebuild.
Well, they're going to have a top pick this year. They're going to have a top 5 pick this year.
Right. They're third right now.
So,
but
what
can
happens
they draft?
What happens if they draft?
Well?
I think so. I think that they've drafted pretty decent players over the years.
Okay.
I do. I mean, I think that they did. I mean, Alvin Kamara was like a late round shot that they took, who turned out to be, he's like their best running back in the history of the game. for the history of their organization for them. They drafted Michael Thomas in the second round. Michael Thomas holds the reception record in the NFL still. I think Chris Olave can be really good if he could be healthy. Rashid Shaheed was an undrafted free agent, and he's like a bona fide starter in the NFL. So I do think that they're able to draft. Yeah. I just don't think that they're in the worst situation out of everybody. Their quarterback. It's just Derek Carr.
I'm just so skeptical about them moving forward after thinking that bringing in Derek Carr was the right move.
Well, that's why people are getting fired.
That's true. That is true. Well, we'll see. I'll be interested. They haven't named an interim yet. From what I've seen,
it's going to be Kubiak probably.
Okay, that makes sense.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm low. I'm low.
Why are you like making me like defend the Saints?
I don't know, because I just think that they were gassed up the first 2 games, and everybody was is going amazingly. I know, but
we literally
I think I'm on Michael Thomas's side on this one. Just
Michael Thomas is my favorite wide receiver in NFL history, over Randy Moss, over Jerry Rice. He was my number 1 wide receiver ever, and he went out sad, and I'm still upset about it. So of course I'm going to be on his side.
All right, well, we are on the same side then, because I'm pro. This is a pro Michael Thomas.
He's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. He 149.
I don't know. I just hate to see Olave go out there too and just get literally blasted every week.
He needs to he needs to also do a better job of protecting himself, taking hits
for sure.
Wise, like there are some hits that he takes where he acts like he's gonna catch the football and like not get touched, and gets
right. And he's already had multiple concussion issues and
this
injuries.
month. Yeah. This month, like even and dating back. So yeah, I'm right with you. Okay, we spent too much time on the Saints.
White clouds blowing out when we max.